So now you saw how I took my skid steer, took dirt from my pond, put it here. Now I have a nice flat area. It's not completely flat. That speeds up the process, but it's now somewhat hard. If you step on it, it doesn't contract as much. So I take my flat shovel and I move it around, wet it, and let it sit till I come back. And then it should be all compacted in and ready to go. Just wanted to show you that spec of the process. So I'm hosing down the dirt now. And just the people that aren't in Florida, see those big square pieces? I mean the big pieces that are tan and gray? That is Florida clay. So when I hose down the dirt, it doesn't really hose down the Florida clay. So since I do have Florida clay in this dirt, and the reason why I have it is because this dirt came from lower underground where the pond is being dug. So I'm about maybe 2.5 feet, 3 feet in some places on the pond. So that's basically why we end up with clay. So now what I have to do is wait for the clay, the dirt to dry out, and then when I put the bricks in, the clay is going to give me a nice sturdy bed for the bricks to go on, because the clay is going to expand and contract, not contract, but move around to where the dirt is now filling in the gaps in the grass, and the clay is going to give me a nice bed. I did have somebody text me and ask them if this is a better way of doing it when I was showing this the first video way back when, instead of using rocks. Using Millie Pebble, in my opinion, is an ideal way of doing this. If you have something that the Millie Pebble is going to actually stay in, I do because it's on grass. However, I am not 100% well off. I'm comfortable. So if I can save money by using what I have, such as digging a pond, I'm also going to be keeping some bees, and I'm digging a pond for a water source for the bees. So if I can use what I have to do this and get it done and not spend money on it, that's a little bit more money I can spend on a track. At this point, I do not know if I have enough track to do the whole thing. I'm going to work until I run out of track. And then I'm probably going to condense track to finish a couple loops if I am at that point. And then I'll wait till we end up a little bit more to move on. That's where we're at. But this is my starting spot of where the big curve is going to be. When I say big curve, what do I mean about big curve? This is in my garage. This is what I mean when I say big curve. That is the track coming in, you can currently see on the ground. That is the track that goes around my loop. This over here is the track that goes to my loop, that goes a single track out to the loop. So that's what I mean when I say a big curve. It is 59 inches in all three directions. So I need a very big spot to put it in. Next video I put out is going to be me putting down the bricks and putting in the big curve, which is going to tell me what direction I go in that direction, and it's going to tell me where I go in this direction, because it will connect to this piece of track right here. And the track next to it, which is my spare track for storage, is going to go around the corner and go to a double room right here, where I can put 2 large engines, or a small and a large, because that connects to everything. So that's where I'm at. There's kind of what we've done so far. That's a temporary right there. This is permanent. Piece of wood goes right there between these two. Until next time, I am off and running.